Go.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? This is the host of the Buzzing with Marlowe podcast, and I am yours truly, Warren Marlowe. Guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, most importantly, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to stay in contact with all our platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Snapchat, all of that. We are there. And of course, guys, you see up on the top, follow us on all audio platforms as well. Just to name a few: iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Podchaser, Podvine, Good Pods, and all Apple platforms. And a major shout out to Good Pods, guys. We hit number 1 on the top plays for a pro wrestling podcast, which is kind of insane because I only posted like maybe 3 wrestling episodes, but hey, number 1 on the charts. I mean, we can't beat that. And of course, on all sports podcasts, we hit number 12. All indie entertainment podcasts, we hit number 10. So major shout out to y'all on that. I guess they just monikered just because I'm a pro wrestler. They assumed there's a pro wrestling podcast, I guess. But we are all thankful for the achievement and the award. So shout out to Good Pods. And guys, if you haven't, go follow us on Good Pods. Go and get us a good check, get us a good rate, listen to it. Let me know how you honestly feel about the episode. I always say, man, I want the critique. I want it. I don't care. I don't want to just hear if it's good, if it's not. Like, I love the critique. But guys, speaking of critique, it's going to be an interesting episode for sure. It's kind of nice, not even gonna lie, just to shut that door, kind of like erase from, the craziness that happens in this house sometimes. But it's gonna get loud, it's gonna get crazy. I don't know where we're going to be heading with this episode because I'm just leaving that. But first, before we get there, we got to talk about the ones that pay the bills. Guys, even though I haven't really felt sluggish at all today, this was going to be an interesting episode for sure. But guys, if you are trying to throw away those energy cans and throw away those coffees, go to w.gg and get your Jitterless energy. That's right, guys. If you can see those selections of the flavors, Beach and Peach is my personal favorite, even though the Big Energy Tears I really use for a pre-workout more than anything. But guys, if you are sensitive to caffeine, if you're not totally sure if this is like totally your thing, or if you're able to drink it and not feel weird assumptions out of it, they have a sample pack as well. And you could pick out 3 sample flavors. And then, of course, they got shaker bottles. Everybody loves them shaker bottles. And if you're a NASCAR fan, they got NASCAR stickers and hats. Just go to w.gg and type the promo code capital B. Let's say it again, capital B, Buzz20, and get 10% off of your purchase. Shout out to W for all your generous energy. And of course, guys, the ones that made me have my amazing comeback into the pro wrestling realm. As you know, I'm a gym rat at its own. I always use the subs Ultimum X. That's right, guys. You can get your merch. You can get t-shirts. You can get hoodies. You can get those awesome shorts they have. I'm actually waiting on my shorts right now. Obviously, the biggest thing is, guys, they got supplements. They got supplements. My biggest one, of course, is always the testosterone boosters. We have also the BCAs. I'm big on BCAs, so I highly recommend you on those. The t-shirts are nice and fitted. They fit nice, whatever. But, of course, guys, they have that great pre-workout. And, of course, they have their own ladies topic on it's beach time coming, summertime. Get your shred on. Recommend those Shred Thermogenic. They are really good and safe to you. All you type in the promo code capital B, Buzzing Marlowe, get 10% off of your purchase. Shout out to Ultimate Mix. That's right, guys. All right, guys. I think we've waited enough. It's going to be interesting. It's time to, recuperate. I know Buzzing with Marlowe's been nothing but wrestling content for the last three or 4 weeks lately. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's been a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I usually have pre-recorded episodes, and we've discovered something for my daughter. It's called ABC Mouse. If you haven't checked it out for the kids, check it out. It's highly recommend for kids. But my daughter decided, since she can't fully function a mouse, she decided to delete a lot of stuff. So all my pre-recorded episodes are gone. So obviously, my wife finally got me WW2K24, and I just couldn't put the controller down. So I was like, hey, I'm going to stream it, and let's play around with it. But so, yes, that's why a lot of content from Buzzing with Gaming's been happening. We've been doing some watch-alongs. We did great reviews on the watch-alongs, so we might do some movies coming up soon. We've got a lot of cool things, but let's open the comments right now. Shout out to my boy, the commission bro, Dre on Wheels from the 1130 podcast. Bro, it's going to be a crazy one. Shout out to the Daily Bull Show. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. And, of course, guys, we have a lot of people off the Facebook channel right now watching. We have over 15 on YouTube watching. And, of course, we have 17 on the X account right now. So no pressure to the person in the back. But, guys, it's time to go. WrestleMania has been gone now. If you ain't called The Rock the GOAT yet, I'm not going to hear any of your talk about a wrestling debate. That's here or there. Also, I'm pretty sure the person in the back is going to rub in the fact that she beat us all in wrestling predictions. Like, it was a perfect card for night 2. And I was really pissed because, hey, we watch wrestling. We kind of got all this mindset. Mine don't. She don't watch it all the time. And she predict all of it just based off of the way I told her. She, before the matches started, said, hey, pick one. And she looked at the promo standpoint, whatever, and she picked everything on the right. Everything. Like even the tag match, which that really hurt a lot of people in the prediction show, was the tag match. Because, of course, there was 2 tag champs. And she got all. She got them all. So shout out to the one that's being the back. She won the prediction show. But guys, if you didn't know who it is, it's my tag partner. She's kind of a, what's the best way to put it? I'm stuck with her. I mean, obviously, yeah, this thing right here, that means symbolism, I guess. But guys, we're not gonna waste any more time. We're going to have the one, the only, the mother of my child, the reason I have gray hair, the reason I might be deaf by 40, who knows? But, guys, no jokes alone. We're about to have some fun. So, guys, when the countdown gets 30 to 1, we will be joined with my wife, Samantha Marlowe. And, guys, and ladies and gentlemen, that will start in 3, 2, 1, right now. Stay tuned.
Have you always aspired to be a professional wrestler? Do you think you have what it takes to step through these ropes and take your place among the immortals? Well, now you have an opportunity. Join us at the DCCW training facility at Harvest Ministries in McClenny, Florida. There you will be put to the test and challenged like you have never been challenged before. If you think you have what it takes, prove it to the world, but most importantly, prove it to yourself.
All right, guys.
You could have told me I had an extra 12 minutes.
She's here. She's here.
Stuff.
Already yelling. But, guys, as you can tell, that's my other half, my lovely. You want to tell them a little bit about yourself, or are you just going to storm on it? Just
no, you can tell them about me.
No profile or anything. She always will probably say this, even though I introduced her into the podcast, I never introduced her to the actual people that were around. So yeah, but yeah, guys, this is my wife, Samantha Marlowe. She's always seen me close the door, talking on the camera, stuff like that. Like, how's that? So how's that been, that transition? Like, I've been doing this for what, about 4 years now? 4 years doing podcasting. I mean, you remember, I think the funny thing is, remember when I made the comment saying I was thinking about doing podcasting, and you were like, how are you going to do that, and what are you going to talk about? And remember how we, at our house, in our first house, I was doing them in the garage, no AC. I was pretty sweaty after all those episodes.
And that's whose fault? Yours.
We're not getting into all that. We're trying to make it funny, and you just want to be so serious all the time. Just calm your brakes. Calm your brakes. But if nobody knows who you are, God forbid. Here, hold on. We'll give you the solo screen. There you go, ma'am.
Yeah.
Let them know. Gosh, let them know who you are.
Ass.
Oh dear gosh.
My fat ass. Get it off.
Okay. Oh dear gosh. I give you a solo screen. You're already on a rant. All right. Tell them a little bit about yourself. My bad. Here you go.
You can tell them about me.
No, I always do this on every episode.
And everything
No. That's not how this goes. No. I ask, you have to introduce yourself, even though the audience knows. No,
okay. Can I just go in on how we met?
No. Tell them a little bit about yourself. That's all you need to do. Say your name, who you are, what you do, all that stuff. That's all you got to do.
Okay.
Where's yours?
Samantha Marlowe.
What's going on, Ambassador? Hope you're doing well. Eric, you don't know, bro. You don't even know.
Okay. Guess I'm not going to tell about myself.
Go ahead.
All right. Nope.
Waiting. Let's go. You got to acknowledge when the comments come through. That's part of the biz time. Come on. Let's go.
Okay. I'm just going to go on.
Someone's even saying something nice to you. All right. Great to see you.
Thank you. So you want to tell me about myself? You
tell the world about yourself. You're introducing yourself into the audience, the Buzzing Nation.
Buzz off.
Oh, dear God.
All right. My name is Samantha Marlowe. Unfortunately, I had to take that last name.
Okay.
We've been married together for 8 years, married for 6. We have a daughter. We have stop. I have ornaments, Christmas ornaments that will tell us the dates to remind me for our 10 trees that we have for Christmas.
She ain't lying, guys. She ain't lying.
I like to sleep.
Tell them. That's why it's so easy for me to record around nighttime. Tell them.
I like to sleep all the time. That's what I love to do. And shop. I'm a shopaholic.
That ain't a lie either. She's heavily on holidays. I will say this. I never wore Disney apparel until you and me started dating. Never.
Yeah. Remember that first time we went to Disney?
Yep. I mean, all right. So let's obviously, yes, we've been married 6 years. We've been together fully 8. So what are some of the things that all right, how did we meet? Obviously, we went to the same school together. Did we personally know each other? I say no.
Okay, so I will tell the story.
Oh, dear God. Here we go.
Because I'll get it straight. So I moved to Yulee, Florida from Michigan my junior year of high school. We were both in Miss Amos's English class together for both junior and senior year of high school. Mind you, no words were exchanged between both of us. We even sat next to each other our senior year of high school in Miss Amos's class.
You sat behind me. You
didn't
sit. We never sat next to each other.
No,
we never sat next to each other.
You were right here on my right side.
We were never in class together. You were just a teacher's aide.
No. See, you've got it all wrong. Mind you, you've wrestled and been dropped on your head one too many times and lose your memory. So this is why I'm telling the story. We sat next to one another senior year of high school for English class. You were on my right side. I was on your left side.
Everything on the left.
And apparently you thought I was cute. God forbid if I say you had a crush on me, because apparently there's a difference between liking and having a crush on somebody. I don't know.
True story.
So then I remember telling my family that you had liked me after you reached out to me. So we graduated in high school in 2011. So you reached out to me in 2015. I remember telling my family members that I was not into you. This dude looks like Michael Jackson. Yeah, I said it. And I wanted nothing to do with you. You knew I was going to say that.
Transition's coming. I knew it.
So I kept brain checking you so many times after messaging me on social media to hang out. So in 2015 December, around Christmas time, you got lucky because I left my job with a migraine.
I got lucky.
You did. Okay. I left work with a migraine. And all I wanted to do was to go home, sit on the couch in my pajamas, which is quite rare for me. If most of you know that are watching that I am naked all the time around the house.
Oh, Lord.
So I actually wanted to put comfy pajamas on and sit on the couch, eat my Panera broccoli cheddar soup while watching a Christmas movie by the Christmas tree.
Story of my life, Ambassador. Story of my life.
So the Panera that I went to did not have a drive-thru. So I had to go inside and order my soup. So as soon as I get done ordering, I turn around and lo and behold, you're the next person in line. So chills are like down my body, the hairs are standing up, and I'm just like saying to myself, now I'm obligated to hang out with you because I know for a fact you're going to message me again. So where'd you go? Why aren't you showing yourself? So
come on, keep going. I was giving you the full thing. That's why I muted the mic and everything.
Whatever.
Oh,
just Not even 5 minutes later, when I walk out of that door, get into my car, you're messaging me on Snapchat.
Because I felt obligated because obviously I walked off because it was Bible study. Because I was in there with Bible study. Yeah, you forgot that part.
You're such a gentleman.
I was in Panera going with my friends to Bible study. I was
getting to that if you would shut up.
Yeah, you were all just like, oh, I just second guess. I gotta instantly text you. No, we not doing all that.
No, I just knew for a fact. I didn't have to second guess. I knew for a fact.
I felt bad because I'm thinking, oh, she's gonna look at him like, oh, he just disappeared after you the one said, hi, Warren. I didn't even say anything at the time.
Obviously, I'm gonna say hi. That was a nice gesture.
Oh, nice gesture.
Because the look on my face probably set it off. So
Okay.
I was nice enough to say hi.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways,
Continue.
I did look for you after I got my food to tell you goodbye, but you did not. You weren't around. And come to find out, you were there for Bible study. So I truly believe that God did have a plan for us, for me to rain check you all those times and years, because I wouldn't have had the lovely son that I do in my life. Yeah, it's so funny.
Just keep
So,
rain checking
anyways,
me.
you're making me be everywhere in this story, and it's pissing me off. So, when you asked me to hang out with you, of course I said yes, but don't get me wrong, I was adamant that this is not going to be a date. What am I right? This
The
is
whole
not going to be a
150
date.
times. The whole
This is
150
not going to be a date. This is
And I was
just
late.
going to be. Oh, I'm getting there. Because you had to borrow your mama's car. Oh, let me say that.
It happens. I was young. Okay.
So, yes, you knew that it was not going to be a date. So, of course, the whole day while I'm at work, I'm dreading that I have to go on this date. I almost canceled again, but I didn't. So, when I get to Buffalo Wild Wings, of course, it's rainy, humid. I've had a bad day at work. You were late, which pissed me off even more.
How late was I?
Like 10, 15 minutes. So I was pissed off, as you knew. Like, you even knew when you walked in. Like, I sat down and I said, I need a beer right now.
You said I need a drink. You didn't say I needed a beer. You said I needed a
Drink,
drink.
beer, whatever, same thing.
I think you got I can't remember what you got. I think you got something like a Blue Hurricane or something. It was like a fruity drink. I do remember that. It was a big one too.
I needed it. You pissed me off. Anyways.
So what was our conversation on that quote unquote?
Can you let me finish the story?
I was seeing what you were gonna go with on it.
So after we sat down, after I ordered the drink, and we had our dinner, I shockingly asked you if you wanted to go see a movie.
You got a fan over here now.
And you were shocked by that. And so, yes, we went to go see a movie. Because I remember when we were sitting outside of the parking lot, was it after dinner or after the movies? You were standing outside the car and I was in the car.
After
the movie?
Because you took me back to my car.
Oh, yeah. So we took my car to go see Daddy's Home, which was a good movie.
And you actually sat through a whole film. No. I want you to talk about this part. Why did you want to go see a movie with me? Because you were so adamant.
I'm getting to it.
You skipped all of it. You skipped all of it.
I'm getting to it. No. We went to go see Daddy's Home.
Yes.
Right. So I'm getting to it with what I think you're wanting me to say. All throughout the movie, I was pissed off that you wouldn't hold my hand. Which I am so, like, that was a gentleman. You actually listened to me. Like, I do not want to date, so you took that as don't touch me. Like, you probably wouldn't have had a ride home that night. Like, but anyways, in my mind, I was upset, but I respected your boundaries. So I took you back to your car and I just knew, like, you were, waiting for that kiss, but you didn't get it. So then a couple days later, we were getting ready for church. And you were supposed to work that day.
Oh, so we're just gonna.
Well,
it's been a while, so yeah, you can tell him I called out.
So you called out. So, anyways, we went to church, but before we got to church, you text me, "Will you be my girlfriend?" You text me, "Will you be my girlfriend?" As we're about to go to church and meet up. Why?
I remember.
Did you
No,
text
I
me?
remember. I said, "So is this considered we're boyfriend and girlfriend?" Before we got to church or something like that. I
That's
remember
pretty
that
much
part.
asking for me to be your girlfriend. What am I supposed to say?
I mean, you could
Man
have
up
said
and grow
no.
some balls and
You could
ask
have
me in
said no.
person?
You could have said no. No, no. I
Anyways.
like how when you talk about the theater standpoint is when you told me 150 times. I literally could count how many times you said this because every since we talked about it, Buffalo Wild Wings was like some dude did you wrong or something like that. And I said,
Some
well,
dude? You mean many dudes?
you don't deserve that or whatever. And I felt like I was just being a therapy session for a second. And then we were talking about I can't remember what was it. Damn, I lost track on it. But we were talking about something that involved a movie. And I guess you really realized that I wasn't the guy that you always assumed I was. Because yes, I played sports and stuff like that, and you thought I was just a troublemaker, which you found out I was the whole opposite. I literally you were probably worse than me. But just by the look and how I was of it, you assumed like this guy is not going to be something that's good for me. And then when this is the part you missed. The reason why you wanted to go to the movies with me is because you were shocked that I paid for the tab at Buffalo Wild Wings because you were so used to always paying for the person that you were with and stuff like that. So reality show in the near future.
But then I turn around and drive your ass to the movies.
You offered it. I said I would have drove. I would have drove.
I'm
You offered it.
Well, I still can't ride with you to this day. 8 years later, I am in the driver's seat.
Yeah, you get car sick. I've never even heard what car sick was until I started being with you. I never heard what anxiety was until I got with you because I used to laugh at all these things. And I mean, in reality, you did make me have an open eye to those situations. Now, you just said it. We became boyfriend and girlfriend off of a text. And how was that direction then after that? Like, was it like a typical relationship that you've had in the past, or was it so different of what you were used to?
It was different because I would always, minus me driving around all the time, but I have to do that because I get car sick. But
you do.
Obviously, it was different. You have a kid. Obviously, that was the number one, but we'll get to that in a minute. So after we went to church, the day we became boyfriend and girlfriend over text, we went to Millhouse with the family after church, like with my Aunt Joy, cousins, sister. I remember on the way to the restaurant at a stoplight, you just lean over and give me a kiss. How freaking romantic. How romantic. So anyways, we got to the restaurant, had a good lunch, and then of course we parted our ways with me and you and then my family, and we went on and did our own thing.
No.
And
we went back to Megan. We went back to Megan's apartment, your cousin's apartment.
Oh yeah, we did. And then we played
basketball. They lived in the same apartment complex as you.
And then we played basketball.
Yep. It was basically me versus Josh, and you ran away from the ball.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I do. Yeah. And then from there on out, I wouldn't let you leave the house. Like you would work nights and I would make you come stay the night. Like it was me. Like, no, you're coming back. You're coming back. You're coming back. You're coming back. And then before we know it, pretty much living with me.
I think it was like the third month. I think it was like the third month of us actually dating.
So we started dating January 10th of 2016, the day that we went to church. And then I just knew that I wanted to get married. I was in a rush
You
to
were
get
adamant
married.
about that when we first were dating. Like, you didn't want to be. Obviously, I wasn't in. Like, I even told you at the beginning of that time. That's why I was hesitant. I wasn't looking at being in a serious relationship just because of the
Right,
stuff
with your
that I had in
past.
my past.
Yeah. In
And
my past, yeah.
you told me. So this was the only way we changed that duration of I'm not, this is not a date. This is not a date. This was the duration that you realized, like, I've went through a lot, and you've been through a lot, same perspective in a way, but you thought a judgmental standpoint just because the way I looked, the approach that I gave for the so longest time, that I was a troublemaker. And when you realize, when I paid for the bill at Buffalo Wild Wings, I think that made you have a different I think exception of how you saw of me, because yes,
Saul? Did you say
I was
Saul?
trying to figure out a word for
Saul
it, and
is
it
not
didn't
a
work.
word.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to put you over, and you're really making it tough. All right.
Okay.
But you made a different assumption of me based off of the actions that I was presenting. Yes, I know it was a hesitant standpoint for you because you were adamant. You wanted to be a mom. You wanted to be a wife. You wanted a family. And you were literally just telling me that you weren't going to stop until you had that. That there's no such thing as flings or anything like that for you anymore. You were done with all that. And I told you very seriously, I was like, yes, I could be committed, but I just
And that was at the age of 22.
Yes.
23, 22.
Yes. Yep.
I was done.
Yep. And I literally told you, I didn't see marriage. I did. And you sat there, even when we started dating, you told me that you were going to change my mind. You were going to make me change the whole assumption of what I thought. And my biggest hesitant thing, I mean, anyone that knew me, I didn't show Matthew around just anybody. And when you got your chance to finally see him and meet him, because you were very adamant, you kept asking me a lot, when is Matthew coming home? Like, I want to meet him and stuff. And you were super excited. I was hesitant at first just because every time something could go that good, it's too good to be true type scenario. And needless to say, we got Matthew. It was a whole different transition. I realized, because I've always I always questioned it for the longest time. And I think that's why I pushed myself to be with his mom as adamant as I was, is because I just didn't understand how someone could love someone that is not truly theirs. And what you did and the stuff that you presented and stuff like that. And I mean, I was not an easy person to deal with, even when we were just dating. I mean, was I still in the early year of my wrestling career? I think it was my first year still, or was like in my mid, almost second, right?
Sadly.
Sadly. Okay. You enjoyed every bit of it. Don't even. Other than where I was at. Other than where I was at, you enjoyed it. Okay. But the way that you showed the love and what you done for my son, it made me change every outlook of what I thought. Because I remember, you can ask my buddy, you could ask Eric, you could ask Hannah. Like, shout out to Hannah Moore. She really had an in-depth conversation with me for a long time, even when I Bible study, because I had that perspective. I mean, I kept saying, I was like, if I even thought of that, I'm gonna be like John Cena, I'm gonna make their side a contract and be like, hey, if it don't work, you're out, like, type scenario. Like, I just did not want to get hurt like I have in the past. And I was really tough to deal with. I remember when you said, I love you a lot, I felt bad that I couldn't say it at times, because I didn't want to just tell you that to make you assume, oh, I'm there. And my first time ever telling you I love you, do you remember?
Of course. It was when your dick was in me.
No, don't say it. Oh my God.
Who is this supposed to be, PG-13?
Oh dear God.
I told you. Yeah, I don't have a filter.
Gosh. Oh my gosh.
You
First of all,
asked
that's
and I
when you
told.
said it.
You asked
You
and I
said it. No,
shall
I'm talking about
receive.
when I first said it. When I first said it was literally
Mm.
after what you did with my son.
The first time you told me you love me was what
The
I just
first
said.
time. No, it was not. That was yours, and God forbid, that was only like 3 days after we started dating, but still, out of that TMI standpoint, when the way that you were with my son, and my mom even looked at me, and when I presented you with my dad and stuff, they told me don't mess it up, and
Oh Lord, your mom and everybody's gonna watch this.
You should already known that was going to happen before you said what you said. You kind of caught me off guard. I'm thinking you're going to be a little different with it, but yeah, okay. But no, the first time I really did say that I loved you was when we were doing a thing for Matthew's birthday. It was the Marvel
Chuck
thing.
E. Cheese?
No, the Marvel. When we went to the Marvel
Oh,
Avengers thing.
Yeah, at the arena, yeah.
And I just saw how you were with him, and you literally held him. And I mean, it was just, I'm not trying to say like, even when all the stuff that he was going through and stuff like that, like that was my biggest worry, is because, with him being special needs and stuff and him being the way he was, it's hard to be in a relationship at that time. And you were so committed to change that whole dialogue for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing was, after that Marvel thing, I remember I talked to your dad. We were talking about what was going to be the best gift for you.
Oh Lord, here we go. So yeah, that.
And I told him, I said, well, she really wants Carrie Underwood tickets. Like, I don't think she wants anything else, or whatever that movie was that you were adamant you wanted to.
I don't remember.
It was some love story.
It was probably a Nicholas Sparks movie.
Yeah, it was one of those. Because I remember Joy and them were excited that you got it, because then they watched it when we'll go into the story about getting Sasha, because that's a whole different episode. But we could, obviously, when I was talking to your dad, I remember the first time I met your dad, and, this is Warren. He works at a warehouse, and he's a professional wrestler. Your dad, I don't think anyone else could have played it off as well as he did it. And he did it like it was like a normal job. He's like, oh, like, that's awesome. I love Dusty Rhodes. And we just went like a whole conversation about Dusty Rhodes and stuff like that. And me and your dad clicked instantly. And I remember after that night, when we first met, your dad looked at me and said, you're a lot different than the guys that she used to bring home. And I didn't know how that was supposed to take that. And God forbid if he knew that we were basically living together after the 3-month mark. Yeah, I think he kind of did. But seeing that transition and that appreciation and what he did for my son, what Linda did for my son, what your aunt and them did for my son, what your cousin's done for my son, what your sister has done for my son, it really meant more than you could ever know. And it's those are the toughest things that I always have to worry about talking about. And when I say you and me went through a lot of stuff, it's been a lot. And
I mean,
we've went through some chapters in life, just from obviously normal couple situations, financials, stuff like that. We've always had stuff, but I've always told you, what was the main thing I've always told you?
It's going to be okay.
And was I ever lying?
No.
Even though it was the toughest times. And I remember you going my toughest time, obviously, with Matthew. And I remember our first year, we never even had an argument. The first argument we ever had was regarding with Matthew. And obviously everything's good now, but those were really the only times we ever had arguments from a whole year standpoint, was just regarding with Matthew and stuff. And I remember when your dad was so happy about giving you those Carrie Underwood tickets, which we could talk about it. We planned your surprise birthday party.
Mm-hmm. You went the whole day while I was at work.
I'll let you tell the story about it.
I woke up the morning of my birthday going
What day
to
was that? Was it a Friday? I don't
remember.
Because I need to know if I just got off work or not. Because remember, I was still on the weekends.
No, you weren't at work. It was a weekend day.
Okay.
So, no, because you were in bed when I got up. And I asked you, what are we going to do today? And you said, I don't know. And just rolled back over, and I left to work pissed because I'm not doing a damn thing on my birthday. Go all day while working, not a damn thing. Like, happy birthday, babe, nothing. Still nothing planned when I'm trying to get off of work early for myself. Then you tell me on the way home, or my dad and sister were at my granny and pop-ups for something, and I was to stop there to get a card or something, and then you were trying to have me go get some cat litter.
No. It was green tea. It was green tea. Like, so fucking random. No, I'm not going to get green tea. I'm on my way home. It's my birthday. Then you changed it up. Okay, well, we need cat litter. No, the fuck we don't. You don't even change the fucking litter box, and I'm the one that's allergic to the cats. I think I would know if we need cat litter or not. So I get home, and I walk in, and surprise. No, what was your expression?
You put together a surprise party.
It looked like somebody came from Halloween Horror Nights and scared the shit out of you. You dropped everything that was in your head.
It was a good surprise. I'm not gonna lie, but damn, having to wake up and not being wished happy birthday from your boyfriend and all that, like,
damn, I remember
you could have said happy birthday.
I remember your work friends, your employees and stuff. They were texting me like, Samantha is pissed, and I remember I was talking to Amanda.
Go home early.
I remember when I was talking to Amanda. I was like, Anita, yeah, she was like, Samantha is pissed, and I was like, can you just stall her as much as you can? And they were like, oh, I wish you would have told me earlier because Samantha just stormed out of here. Like, she was just pissed with everything. And I was like, crap. And I remember your dad was just getting the pizzas, and he had to wait on Haley. So they're having to, and we're up 3 flights of stairs. That's even the worst part. But your dad, he said he saw your car. So him and Haley sprinted up the stairs.
They were probably still trying to catch their breath as I walked in.
When you come in, they go, surprise! Still out of breath.
Dang, they barely made it. So then, yes, that's the day. My dad gave me my Carrie Underwood concert tickets for me and my sister to go to Tampa.
So what did you do? Let's talk about that part. What did you do?
I'm getting to it. Will you let me finish?
I don't know. You're like roughing around the feather over there.
Oh my gosh. This will be my one and only podcast with you. So
you got some fans on this right now.
At the end of the day, after opening the gifts, who didn't get me a fucking thing? You. So.
Oh gosh.
Anyways, you ended up giving. Well, you wanted to wait till everybody left because you didn't want to ruin it for my dad, upping you with the Carrie Underwood tickets. But I made you give it to me, and it happened to be a promise ring.
What did you think?
On my birthday, it was beautiful. Well, at first I thought it was engagement.
You fell over.
But no,
I felt so bad because your dad was so happy about giving you those damn tickets, and I'm just like, just wait till they leave.
No, I'm impatient. Everybody knows me. I am impatient, especially if you tell me you have something for me. If you tell me you have something for me, I won't leave you alone. So it's best to just leave it as a surprise.
And I didn't even hint about it or anything. I said I did the party, and you just
Right,
would not
right.
leave me
No.
alone about it. You're like, that's nothing. You're supposed to be my man, and da 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 da. I mean, you went on a full rant in front of my family and your family,
and then I think I went and found it. Didn't I go and
I
find
just went.
it?
No. I went in the closet, pulled it out, and put it on the table. And said, "This happy birthday." Like I was pissed. Because I'm just sitting there like your dad was waiting, so excited about those carry-on tickets.
Bad.
You jumped up for the joy. Everything was on that cloud nine. So I actually thought, I was like, she's not even gonna think about that. Ask me, because she just got what she wanted. Like that was the main thing that you wanted for your birthday. You wanted that and that DVD. The wrong choice, was it the wrong choice? I don't care what that was.
I don't know. I don't remember.
But I mean, it was the choice. That's what it was, because I kept saying I have the choice to not watch it or something like that.
Oh, and, yeah, that's right.
And you just would not leave me alone. So I literally just went to that closet, pulled the box out, put it right on the table, said, "Here, happy birthday, leave me alone." And when you opened it, you almost fell over. Your dad's eyes got like a damn cartoon character.
Poor Dad.
He's sitting there like,
what the hell is this? Where was
it was not even a year yet, and it was like, and my mom even explained
this was 4
was
months into dating.
About 4 or 5 months, yeah. And my mom explained to you, I've never gave a promise ring to anyone, and
4
this
months
was
and
something.
6 days to be exact.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that showed you that I was ready to change and show the commitment and stuff like that. And a lot of people did think it was like a dang an engagement ring because of the size of it and everything. And everybody kept telling me, it was like, that thing was big, man. Like, are you sure that wasn't an engagement ring? Like, is that what you were trying to make that approach? I kind of made a joke. I said, well, if I do propose, well, obviously it could play both parts now. But it was a joke.
So, yes, you proposed to me on my birthday. Not propose. Promise ring. You gave me a promise ring on my birthday. So then a year later, on January 10th of our 1 year of dating, we were to go get 1 year of dating pictures taken. And you, Haley, and Taylor were all in this. And little did I know, when she took a picture of me holding my ring like this, holding my hand like this, she took the picture and then she said, "What do you think about this?" And in the picture was you kneeling behind me. So then that's when I turned around and you proposed. And I remember that day, my sister and cousin, like, they were so ready to plan that wedding. And I'm like, no, we're going to give it. We're going to get married in
it was like 2 months if it was up to them at first. I'm like, hold up, what? Because I'm thinking it's like a build, like a year build or something like that. And your sister was like adamant. She's like, that's too long. And then she got you hyped up for it. And it's like, this damn date went like 5 different dates. I lost track of it. So I just got tired of asking the person if they want to come to the wedding, because I'm like, it might get changed again. Like I didn't know.
So yes, that's where I'm getting to. You keep getting ahead of the game, acting like I'm not telling the story. Instead of Cody Rhodes finish the story, it's going to be Samantha Marlowe finish the story, not Warren. Tell the story. Anyways.
True love.
So, that day we got engaged, which was 1 year of dating. We then go home and obviously...
No, just...
We conceived.
We had our time. We
conceived, yes.
We kind of ease up.
I didn't even have to say a damn word, and you're like, no.
I know
we conceived a baby. That whole pregnancy, I was very, very sick.
She said, no, she didn't, Cody.
That whole pregnancy, I was very sick. So, of course, when we found out I was pregnant, we had to move the date. And then we moved the date a couple times.
Oh, couple?
It was a lot. And then since we got pregnant, we wanted to get married before we had the baby. So we were due October 11th, I think it was. And then I remember just going in for our just normal follow-up, and went in there. They couldn't find the heartbeat. And we were supposed to get married on St. Patty's Day, March 17th of 17. So, which was a Friday. So we went in for the doctor's appointment on Tuesday without me not, there was no bleeding, no pain, no nothing. I was just sick, like every day. And then that's when they tell us they couldn't find a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So literally that Thursday, the day before we were supposed to get married, we had to have our DNC procedure, and I was 10 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
March 16th of 17 is when I had that procedure done. So then after that, we started planning the wedding some more, and when it got to like the tables and chairs and all the stupid, tedious.
I thought it was the DJ. I thought that was where it made
the DJ, photographer, all that. I couldn't stand it. So then I remember driving on the way to work, and that's when my dad just said, I have an idea. Let's just go to Vegas. Whoever wants to come can come. And then, of course, I'm like, okay, let's get married January 1st, New Year's Day. So we got married January 1st, 2018. And then got pregnant in March, and Belle was born in December.
We're just jumping that way now. All right.
And Belle's now almost 5.5.
Yeah,
she'll be 6 in December.
That's a crazy thing. All right, so I want to go back a little bit. When we first found out you were first pregnant, you left
With
out
the
a
miscarriage
big
or
story.
Belle?
The miscarriage. You left out a big story out of this. I just worked 16 hours that day, and you were telling me, "Hey, we got to go to Dad's." I'm like, "Why? What's going on?" Because we didn't tell them yet. There was like a little hint, because at that time I was adamant I didn't want to have a baby unless we were married. That's why we rushed the wedding, because I was very adamant I wasn't having another kid. I was not going through everything I just went through
unless we were married
again. Exactly. And I remember when you told me your dad found out, and I remember this like it was yesterday. He said,
he
Warren,
guessed
you want to sit down?
He guessed it.
No.
My dad
So
is not stupid.
I want to speak on my perspective on this. So we get to your dad's house. I'm exhausted. Like, I literally just worked 2 shifts, like 2 shifts, and I had to go back that following morning, because if anybody don't realize, when I first started dating Samantha, I was on a weekend shift. She did not like that at all. So I think when we went to Seattle was when I transferred. When we first went to Seattle, because that was the first trip that me and your sister ever really bonded and really got to know each other at that time, because obviously we're in out of an area that I'm not used to. This is my first time ever flying, going to Seattle, meeting your mom, and finding out we're going to a wedding and stuff like that. The most interesting wedding I've ever been to in my life, which still is one of the best ones I've ever remembered. Still, Carolyn, the greatest wedding I've ever been to, still to this day, period. All right. But I do remember we go to your dad's house, and your dad looked at me, and I didn't know if he had like a smirk or he was ready to kill me type attitude. So I remember he said, "Do you want to sit down, Warren?" I said, literally to this day, I said, "I don't know if I should." And I'm standing there, and I'm like this pro wrestler stuff. Like, your dad knew, like he even told me, he's like, "I would never fight Warren. I would just shoot him." Like, literally, he told me this. And and he sat there and was just like, "Do you want to sit down?" and I'm just sitting there. I'm exhausted, but I was full of energy just for that one moment. I'm like, I don't know if I should. And even the worst part, like your grandma was there, your papa was there, and Joy was there, Megan, and Pop. Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to your granny and pop. Even though your granny, she loved me.
Remember the first comment when that she made to you?
She told
that
you
your
I was
name
the best
was
looking one.
sexy. Marlowe sexy.
Brave man, having your wife on the show. Samantha has been great though. Yeah, I know. But I remember that day, and your dad gave me the biggest hug because I thought he was going to be really upset. Like, I guess with everyone just from your past or whatever. Apparently, I was good for you, I guess. But when he gave me that hug, and like I could just see how excited he was to know he was going to be a grandfather. Like, that was something that he really was excited for. And I mean, just seeing what he was with my son. Seeing with my son, like that meant so much to me. Exactly. He had Rosie and Tristan, and just seeing how much he loved everyone like it was his own. And for him to get that moment to really get legitimately a grandkid, it really just made him smile, instantly smile. Like your dad was very protective of you and your sister. And I didn't know what I was getting into that day. I felt like I needed to just, all right, take a pain reliever or what, because I didn't know what we were about to happen. But now going to that story, we went to Vegas, all of our first time going to Vegas, and just seeing what that transition was. I remember I made a joke to you because your biggest thing when we first started dating was Paris. You had everything of this damn Eiffel Tower. Everything of Paris. Rose gold in Paris. That's what Samantha was.
No, it wasn't rose gold. Or yeah, that's when I started.
Yes, it was. Don't even. No, don't
that's
even.
That's when I started my rose gold era.
All right. I gave you your rant. It's my turn for a rant. Now, we go to Vegas, and I thought that was probably one of the coolest things we've ever done. And I remember we saw the Paris version of Vegas. I said, open your eyes, take a snap, because we're in Paris. And that's probably the closest we're getting. And I remember you looked at me and said, I haven't said I do yet, but you're going to make me not say it. Like you were pissed. But obviously.
And we didn't say I do. Our vows didn't.
Yeah. That one's still the funny. I remember everyone was complaining about it because
so yeah, tell
the live on Facebook was off, everything. But obviously, I thought the funniest thing about the wedding standpoint was we thought this guy was like, damn, like he really is good. Like he's expressing, like we feel it and everything. All of a sudden, we get in the room to talk to him, I guess to sign our license and whatnot.
It's a damn good thing you had your wallet.
That man was sweet. No. We got to put this man over for a second. We got to make that nostalgia moment. The man is sweet. He's like being that nice guy, that guy you could possibly have as like a therapy session. And he goes, I'll have that compensation. Like he just had his hand out the most sweetest way. I'll take that.
It's a good thing you had your wallet on. You weren't prepared for that.
And then we were talking about the funniest part was we both were in the room. We're like, hold up. We both didn't say I do.
We didn't. What did he make us say?
Before he came in the door, we're going, I do. Like before
I do. Like what? But what was our ending? I don't even remember. Or like they ask you like, do you take so and so your husband? Do you take so and so your wife? And all we said was yes. I think like we should have said I do, but.
I mean, it was both. I mean,
so it's just a funny joke going on to this day. Like we really didn't say I do.
Funny. I think the funny thing is the biggest issue you had through that before the whole wedding was if I was going to tear up, if I was going to show emotion, like that was your stress.
If you did not cry when me and my dad walk in, I will turn right back around.
That is true.
And when everyone said I looked like I was pissed off.
You look
pissed. I'm not gonna lie, I do have RBF really bad, but
true story.
The video was live on Facebook, But of course,
kind of live. Everybody was complaining about the signal and everything. Like everybody was upset about that wedding.
I looked like that, obviously, because as soon as my dad grabbed and this was pre him having cancer.
I think it was
just
before.
My dad has been, before my dad having cancer. When he grabbed my arm, like, so I was fighting not to cry, and then of course we walk in, and you are bawling your eyes out. So of course I'm trying to hold my tears in more, and then
And you were exhausted. I think the coolest thing was we've never been to a steak place like that. Well, I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah,
Brazilian house.
Just from the time change, your emotions, I was out of it.
She ain't lying, guys. She was like at 7. I think it was like at Vegas time. I think it was like it was like 8 or 9, right? 8 or 9, 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Because I remember everybody was rushed because they were going to go see the what was it? I can't remember what it called. It was a mountain or something. I can't remember what it was.
Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon. That's right. Everyone was going to go to the Grand Canyon early in the morning. Obviously, Ben is staying over. He's playing the slots. I still say it to this day. I gave Ben a coin, and he won the freaking first night we were there.
About that the other day.
Yeah. And he won like I think it was $500 or $700 that he won the first night we got to Vegas. I thought that was the coolest experience. The only thing I hated about Vegas was everything smelled like nothing but cigarettes. That was the one thing I did not like about Vegas.
But going back to me being so exhausted, we didn't even
No.
You're gonna invite me on your podcast? I can say whatever the hell I want.
Oh dear God.
You and I did not have sex on our wedding night in Vegas. And you're still with me. I thank you to this day.
Yeah, exactly. But the funny thing is, I'm not gonna say
what. Then we go on our honeymoon cruise.
No. So that night of the wedding, I took a booking.
Yeah, you did.
You were asleep.
So it worked out. It worked out that I fell asleep.
No, but you didn't know about the booking for what?
Because I was passed out.
You didn't know about the booking, everything.
Done.
So you didn't know. And then the one thing you did ask me because you were pissed that I had the mask. You were pissed that I brought the mask with me. You were like, you're not supposed to have that.
No,
you're not supposed to have that.
Why would you have
it? And then you went in my bag, and then you saw my stuff was in there. She's like, why is this here? And I remember you looked at my bags before the wedding day or whatever.
Yeah, to make sure you didn't bring that shit.
And I still did. And found out that I actually took a wrestling booking on the night of our wedding.
Whatever. I was snoozing away.
I got married and I had a wrestling match in Vegas.
So then, yes, when we got home the very first night, you were we so thought you were
I thought I was dead.
Jet
I thought
lag.
I was dying.
But literally in sickness and in health, like you get home literally the night from Vegas. And I remember the first thing you said to me, go make me some tea.
That's because I had McDonald's. And I don't ever eat McDonald's.
Remember.
Because
we were all feeling.
Because I remember your dad took us to McDonald's and you were like, Warren, you do need to eat. Even though everyone knew I don't eat McDonald's. I did not eat fast food really at all. Like if it was fast food, it was Taco Bell. That was all I would touch. Or Panda.
You were really, really sick. Like you were scaring me. Like you told me to go.
I really thought I was dying. I really thought I was
made you some tea. You didn't drink that. Then you said, go start a bath. I started a bath. You're laying in the bath, like passed out. And then you start pissing.
You ain't gonna do all that. All right.
See? You were literally passed out.
I really thought I was done. I really did not have no control of what was going on.
Yeah, none. You were so
and that was the first time
exhausted.
that's the first time
and
I think you ever
that's
seen
when
me
COVID
sick.
really started, and we just didn't know. Like, you were dead.
So is Vegas. It's Vegas. It's fall.
Like, so anyways, everybody started getting sick. I remember my mom came.
Y'all were at Disney and y'all got sick.
We met them in Disney, and I was just on the go. And then after my mom left, me and you were going on the cruise, and I was sick the whole time on our honeymoon. You didn't get anything then either, if not once. It was misery.
Guys, if you're single,
and sickness and health, like you were sick then the very night we got home.
Yeah, I mean, I gonna deny it. That was the first time I ever was sick with you. I think.
Right.
Too.
I'm like, dang.
Because you enjoyed the fact that you could comfort me, but it was just way too much at that time.
It was scary. You passed out in the tub, peeing all over yourself. Because I remember you said, "Give me the bucket," because I'm about to throw up, and then that's when you passed out.
I refuse to do that. Like, I tell people, I would rather anything else before that. Like, that is like a big thing with me. I do not like that. And for me to do that, like, you knew I had no control of what was going on. But other than that, we've been on my first cruise together. We went to
Disney.
We went to Disney. You took me to Disney World, which I was not a big Disney guy.
No, but I had an itinerary. Like, we're going to this park to ride this ride. We're going to this park.
Guys, I tell y'all right now. We went to all the Disney parks in a day.
In one day.
And this tells you how simple I am. No. This is how simple I am. We had a nice hotel. We had a nice hotel room. Nice hotel, everything. I would have been happy just been in the hotel.
But I wanted to take you to Disney.
She wanted to go to Disney. We had to go to every Disney park that day. So basically, we do all that round around. You know, you got to go on the trail. You got to go on the train to get through the parking lot, all that crap. We might have went on 2 rides. Next park.
We're to the next one. Yes, I remember.
Samantha went to the one side. Boom. All right. Oh, this is too long to wait. Next park. Like, we went to, like, the only one I didn't really care for was obviously Animal Kingdom. I just didn't really, that wasn't my thing.
Well, I took you to Mount Everest.
That's right. And then we went.
The one that went backwards.
Yeah. And then we went to Hollywood. I really was excited to do
Star Wars.
No, Star Wars wasn't there yet. It wasn't there yet. Star Wars wasn't there yet. So we did the interactive Disney one. It was the last day it was apparently open. Remember that one?
I don't remember.
When we went through the whole Disney thing, it was like a VR thing. Matthew would have loved that. The kids would have loved that one.
Then we went
through all of that.
Disney Springs on top of it.
Oh, I love Disney Springs.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Like I told people all the time, that's my vacation. I could easily go to Disney Springs or just to Disney Springs. Just go to Disney Springs. And that's I'm okay with that. I mean, obviously I love going. My main thing I always loved going was the Universal City Walk, but they don't have the NBA thing anymore. So it is what it is on that. But I do like how you did talk about you ain't lying. Like, when I say you had an itinerary on that Disney day, I told you never again we are doing
pulling you like you were a
never again we're doing this. I was done after the second theme park. I was just like, no, I don't even want to do the next ones. And you were so adamant. Like, the longest one we were at was Magic Kingdom. And then the funny thing is, we go home.
You got to go see the fireworks.
We go home, and then we find out,
oh my gosh,
our lovely puppy, They were so
That
adamant they wanted to watch Sasha,
that
and then apparently
Sasha-
they feared for her life because of this little
She
poodle.
just kept her up all night and had to watch, what was it, Now and Then or some, I don't know what movie she had to watch over. And she was just
She said she would
done.
never watch Sasha again. Never watch Sasha again.
She hasn't, I don't think.
No. But then, obviously, we talk about, you know, with Matthew's situation and stuff like that. All right, so now we're going to jump a little bit. You were
Can we
pregnant
take
again.
like a 3-minute break while I go pee?
Okay, I guess we'll go to commercial real quick.
All right, everyone, we'll be right back.
Dear Lord.
If he doesn't tackle
You got
me
it.
for saying
You got
the
a
shit
minute.
that I do.
You got
all
a
right,
minute.
All right, I'm going pee. I'll be right back.
I want to give a shout out to Jason Craig for making that awesome video game character, man, and it's pretty spot on. And of course, that's my new gear that's coming out in the near future. We'll
Okay, I'm back. Do that.
All right, hold on. I want to jump on
this.
something. I want to jump on something about this. You were so adamant when we first started dating that you did not want me in trunks or anything like that because you said it shows too much. You were so jealous of how I obviously was dressed, you know, even with the tights and stuff like that. You even told me, like, you look good and all that, but it's like, I don't like you dressing. I don't like you wrestling in a shirt or without a shirt and stuff like that. All right. So obviously there's our 5-year-old.
She has no shirt on like her mommy most of the time.
Okay. Yeah. Why?
Say
right.
hi.
Okay. All right, now we're going to talk about our little 5-year-old Annabelle. You were pregnant, and of course, we were going through a lot of things at that time. We just found out your dad, which was crazy. Actually, when we got back from the cruise of our honeymoon, everything just started collapsing on us. Stuff about the house,
it
stuff
was
about
May of
financials,
2018.
Stuff about everything. And then I remember we were at a restaurant. We were at Longhorn. Oh, no, it was Outback. We were at Outback in Orange Park, and we were informed your dad called you and told you sadly.
No. We were sitting on the couch at
It was
home.
in Longhorn. It was at Longhorn.
No, because I remember my sister and I were so excited to take him to the Kenny Chesney concert in Atlanta in May.
Okay.
And we were sitting at home. Don't mind, my dog might throw up.
Okay, no, Jesus.
Quit hacking.
All right.
So we were sitting on the couch, and then I remember him calling and telling me we're not going to be able to go to Kenny Chesney.
And you were devastated
because he had his procedure
to
get most of his colon removed.
Right. and obviously you being pregnant at the same time, and of course my health issues started getting into effect. A lot of people do want to really know about the time I come home from training and you looked at me like I was different. My neck was completely locked up. You're a witness on this. My neck was like this. I couldn't move like this. And you were pissed because I couldn't hold Bell at the time. And for me to, you actually were not hesitant. You literally said, that's it. You got to stop. We're having a kid. You got to stop. And with my neck situation and stuff like that, and just with everything that was going on with it, you were adamant. That's it. So now let's talk about, we've talked about your struggles and stuff, even though with your dad and stuff, your dad fought this for a good portion of the time. Very positive. I literally still say it to this time, one of the most positives when it comes to this type of situation. Sam was a light to me for the longest time. I don't ever want to put shade on my dad when it comes to these things, but your dad did help replace a lot of stuff that I didn't know at the time, if that makes sense. All right, go. Stuff at the time, and always forever grateful for it. I have not went back to a Jaguars game since me and your dad went, and with Rodney and stuff like that, kind of want to keep that like a little bit of a moment standpoint. But seeing everything that went the way it was, what is some of the things that you know for a fact you wouldn't be the person who you are today if you didn't do the things that you had to go and triumph over, like, with the family struggles, with Matthew's situation, with your dad, everything like that? What are some of the things that you know for a fact that you are way stronger now than you were before?
Just a minute, baby.
Family household, folks. It's that moment. It's Bell's after nap time.
She's awake from her nap. What do you need? Oh, you need tissues? Go get some toilet paper from the bathroom.
All right. Do you need me to repeat the question?
Yes.
What? All right. So from everything that we've went on, me being depressed, that I couldn't wrestle anymore, my neck was messed up, all that type of nostalgia, from Belle being born, your dad finding out about the cancer situation and stuff like that. For the strength that you are now to this day, the stuff that you are a stronger person now, what are some of the things that you had to go through to be the girl that you are today? The woman, the mother, the wife, all that. What are some of the things that you know for a fact, if you didn't go through those things, you wouldn't be the person that you are today?
It is water. It's water. Yes, it is. Heartbreak. I've had to go through a lot of heartbreak to make me stronger.
So obviously the many memories that we have had together, what is one of the ones that you always even have a little chuckle even just thinking about when it regards to you and me? Like, I always joke about it. We are a tag team. We've went through our downfalls and stuff. We've had our growing pains. We've had our times and stuff like that. But I think our love has, in a way, it's grown more each and every time. A lot of people joke with us all the time. We're like an old couple. We love each other and we can gripe about each other all at the same time. A lot of your family thinks we're a comedy standpoint. Especially your Aunt Gail. She loves our stories. But what is those one moment that you literally just go back and it's just like it's always a chuckle when it regards to you and me?
I mean, not necessarily a chuckle, but the last cruise we took. Because I told you no phone. It's going in the safe and it's you and me time. And we didn't have that really because we rushed into getting married in having a kid.
Yeah, you were adamant.
So when
After we got married, you were adamant. You wanted a kid.
When we went on our 5 years of getting, 5 years of being married cruise, our anniversary, that was really nice. Really nice.
Yep.
You and me time, no kid in the back, no interruptions, nothing. Your phone was in the safe the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
No podcast, no wrestling talk, none of that shit.
No, now you act like you don't love wrestling at the same time. When we first were dating, you were more into wrestling than I was at times. Like I remember we would go to a store. You were so adamant about wrestling action figures.
The action figures, yes.
And nobody knows. We went to WrestleMania.
24/7.
No. When we went to WrestleMania, I don't know. When we went to WrestleMania.
Oh, I love WrestleMania. I wanted to go this year. I've always wanted to go to Philly.
No. What I'm saying is, the average wrestling fan, this is literally the definition for you at that time, was you knew all the NXT guys.
I did.
All the NXT guys, if they walked on a little bit
before Bell, we were able to go. We were able to go, and I was able to learn, but now it's...
But what was your main obsession when it regards to wrestling? Like, what was your main obsession? It was the action figures, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you had a buttload of them. And we just officially opened them not even a year ago. Matthew has a whole chest full.
Matthew loves them, and Belle loves to play with them. But yeah, I couldn't really name half of the roster on WWE.
I remember you asked me who Shawn Michaels was, and he was literally not even far away from us. And you were like, is he a wrestler? And some of the fans in the back were looking at me like, really?
I didn't watch it much growing up.
Yeah. I remember you knew who Ric Flair was because of Charlotte. You knew
I knew
Becky,
who Undertaker was.
You knew Sasha. You knew
my brother Corey used to watch wrestling when it was WWF. I remember Sable. Yeah. I remember Kane.
Well, you knew Sable.
I remember the Undertaker. Yeah, that's when I watched it with my brother. Yeah. But besides that.
So, obviously, being married to a wrestler, that type of lifestyle and stuff that we were doing, you going to WrestleMania, I still talk about it as probably one of the best times we've ever had.
And we went with your mom.
Yep. And my mom still talks about it to this day. Like, we went putt-putt, we went miniature golf. Like, I talk about WrestleMania like literally
miniature golf when I slung.
Oh my gosh! You hit the baby alligator like 4 different times. I was just sitting there. I'm like, if I was an alligator, I would have dragged you into that.
Didn't I sling my ball way the hell across the street? Or
you got mad because you couldn't hit it through the little tower thing.
That was a blast. I really want to go to WrestleMania next April.
We're definitely.
And we're gonna be going to SmackDown on my birthday.
Yep.
And then
you decided that you wanted to do it too. That we're not going to make it seem like, oh, I just fully made it.
I was the one that went ahead and bought the tickets, yes, because I know that's what you want to do. And The Rock, Dwayne Johnson might be there, probably not, but Cody Rhodes will probably be there. I enjoy going to the.
You do.
Shows.
You love going to WWE events. You don't like any other. You like going to the indie events. Obviously, when I did the DCCW thing, because you saw there was a different outlook and stuff, and you even told me like this looks really different. Like you love the fact that there was women wrestling too. That was something that you were very.
And also on my birthday is Annabelle's DPK graduation.
I know how you feel about that.
Crazy. What?
And apparently Annabelle has a birthday every day.
Every day.
Yeah, every day Bell Day. But obviously we're going to be close on to finishing. But talking about the time we had at WrestleMania and stuff like that, obviously WrestleMania just passed.
That's when I was a Nikki and Brie Bella fan. Nikki.
You were adamant. You were very big on Bella's.
And Asuka.
Asuka, yep, that was the girl on NXT that you were obsessed with, was Asuka, because you loved the.
And
the
I had to
men's.
hunt down her figure.
Yeah, we got it at WrestleMania.
I left your mom and you while I went to go hunt down someone to go get. And I remember it was like the last to like there was like 5 more. He said I got lucky. So everyone was wanting it.
Which
and that's
was the
one we
craziest
don't
thing.
have opened on your shelf.
Yeah, you're right about that. I'm looking right at it right now, even though my Black Adam Rock version is standing right in front of it. And then you got my action figure on the side, which I still shout out to Wesley for making that awesome figure. It was a real cool moment to give that to Matthew. Like Matthew would tell kids in his class, and you remember it. He told the kids that, oh, my daddy knows AJ Styles. And all of them were like, really, son? Come on. I'm a wrestler, but I don't know all of them like that. But, you know, it's just so funny to see the connection that Matthew had with the character and everything that went with it. And when we really got into that American Prodigy wagon, we were all wearing red, white, and blue like nobody's business at that time. But, you know, going into WrestleMania, obviously recapping from WrestleMania that just happened this following weekend, we treated that like it was the Super Bowl. Like, we were more excited about the WrestleMania
And I
weekend.
won the shirt. When are you going?
I was about to announce it. I was about to announce it, but you ruined it.
I won.
All right, guys. Spoiler alert: Samantha Marlowe won the T-shirt giveaway.
And I don't even watch wrestling like y'all do and talk about it and all that. That was just
you're gonna make yourself look like a villain now. You're really like really.
So, anyways, I think I'm ready to hop off.
All right. So is there any
if anybody would like me to hop on for another episode,
Lord help
let
us.
Mr. Genius Warren Marlowe know and make suggestions for a topic.
All right, so I do want to finish up on this. What are some of the outlooks that you saw from the beginning of me making this podcast to where it is now?
I have no idea because I maybe watched.
But you have seen the changes. You have seen the awards and stuff that I have been getting. Like you see.
Yes, I am very excited. You have put in so much work and dedication and time. I just hate that you do it 5-6 days out of the 7 days out of the week. Like, it's not funny. And we're not even going to talk about that right now.
Oh, Lord. But obviously, seeing everything, and I mean, this was a build for a long time. A lot of people have been wanting this episode to happen.
So if they want another we used to joke about it. I'm open to suggestions of
maybe we'll do a couples game
next time.
Maybe we'll do a couples trivia game or something. We'll have Blackheart or someone over here hosting it. Maybe Michelle. Michelle come back, make her little debut back, and we'll do like a little couples. Or we have
people ask us questions, and we write them down, and we can announce them on our next show.
All right, so I do
what they want to know about me and you.
Okay, I do want to finish up on this, and this is something that I really wanted to get a big approach onto this. How were you able to have the love and feel towards someone that wasn't fully yours, but to also make your own? And I'm regarding with Matthew.
Matthew just has the heart of gold. It'll make me cry if I keep going on and on. Matthew almost there too. He lights up the room. If anyone's having a bad day, Matthew can get you going and be in good spirits. And it sucks. We don't get to see or hear from him that often. But Matthew is my son.
Yep. But we do got to say
I don't really consider him my stepson. Yeah. He is one of my own. I have 2 kids, Matthew and Belle.
Yeah. But I do want to say this, and I remember you were adamant when we first got together. You wanted a relationship with his mother, and the respect, and that's something that drew me to you as more also is because a lot of people are just like, yeah, I don't have no purpose to talk to her. I don't have a purpose, but you literally wanted to make a relationship with her, even though it took us so long. Even though it took us so long to get to where we are now.
For Matthew's sake.
I always say this, you know, there's really a blessing when it comes to that, because I was at her throat, she was at mine. She literally done everything she could do just to hurt us, especially when me and you started dating. She didn't like the fact that I was dating somebody.
And that he called me Mama Mantha when we didn't even force that on him.
Exactly. And then, you know, just everything that went down for us to get to where we are now. And I want to personally say thank you for being there for me. And you know this, I don't really show emotion to a lot of things, and that does piss you off at times too. But I've gotten better with that in a way, I think. And I've gotten more aware to, even through my injury standpoint, I've gotten to the point where, you know, days could suck, but it could get better at the same time. And I think I'm that shield for you when it comes to all the struggles that you have in your life. We don't sugarcoat a lot of things around each other, clearly, as you could tell from this episode. I would have muted half the stuff that someone else would have said. But just seeing everything.
Sorry.
I knew what I was getting into when I had you on here. But just seeing every transition that we have grown through the 8 years we've been together, I couldn't do it with anyone else. And I tell you that regularly. Things suck. It can get better. I mean, look at us now. We never thought we would still be to where we are. We have a house full of a child, even though our child basically runs the house. You can hear her screaming through the house all through the day. She has your lungs. She has your lungs with my speed.
And she's just sitting here.
That's a combo.
She's sitting right here beside me, just her undies.
All right, but just hearing everything,
so funny.
Especially what we went through 3 months ago with Matthew, constantly in the hospital for surgeries and stuff like that. I wasn't myself. And you realize
it is not your birthday.
You literally looked at me and said, you know, the only time I ever really had an emotion when it comes to a lot of things at first was regarding with Matthew. And of course, we got another dog.
This one.
That big old pillow, basically.
Trixie.
We have the most girliest dogs you could possibly say. I literally don't walk out there by myself with these dogs because people will wonder. But
excuse me.
But yeah, like
no, ma'am.
But no, in all seriousness, I do thank you for proving to me there is happiness around. Proving to me there is commitment. Because I told you constantly, I just didn't see me getting married. And I think that also distanced you at first. But apparently the day after you said you loved me, you told my mom you were going to marry me. The first time you met my mom.
Knock it off.
But
sorry, your daughter has a bad mouth.
Yeah, thanks to you. All right. But obviously, all seriousness, the stuff that we go through with our son, our daughter, stuff in life. We have a 5-year-old that is officially about to be out of VPK next month on your birthday. We have about to have a 12-year-old.
I know. And I've known him since he was 3.
Yeah, that's right. Since he was 3.
Turning 4.
I will personally tell you this. Thank you. For what you do for him, for what you do to Belle, what you do for me. I know we're both kind of hard to live with at times, but I don't think anyone else could control the situation as well as me and you are with each other. And I think we talk about it all the time. We're homebodies. We don't club, we don't party. We didn't even do that when we first started dating. Like, you were amazed by that part because you looked at me as like, I would think you're a partier or something like that. And I told you I don't really drink or anything. Like, the only time we ever really would go do anything is when we go with Catlin and his wife. So it's like, shout out to Z and Catlin and the Moraes. We love them to death. Our family as well. But yeah, is there anything you want to finish up on? I know we've kind of buttered it up as much as we can. What's up? What's up, Jackson? Guys, I also want to remind everybody we are going to do a live build-up show for DCCW Unbroken right after this. Actually at 7.
Excuse me?
Right at 7. So yes, we'll be on.
Excuse me?
I'll mute our mic, guys. But yes, we got that as well. So guys, but yes, Samantha, is there anything else you want to finish on? Like I said,
I want to finish on that.
I think, like, literally, I say this all the time. I do appreciate what you have done with everything with us going on with my son having a halo. That was tough.
No, it's Friday night. It's 6:42. What are you doing at 7?
What's that? You want me to? Okay. All right.
No, it's not funny. Babe. No.
The floor is yours. We're about to finish. This is what you've been waiting on. We're about to finish the story. You ready? Finish the story.
Oh, I'll finish the story. You ain't getting on nothing at 7 o'clock.
Story of life. All right, come on.
Yeah, come on.
All right, but what I'm saying is, any last words? That's what I keep trying to say.
I said my last words.
Say
if they would like to
watching,
have
all
a
that stuff,
second podcast with us.
You got people saying finish the story.
If they would like to have a second podcast with us, I would like to do it where they send questions of what they would like to know about us, and
what would be
we'll
the name
answer
of
the
our
questions.
What kind of name would you come up with for a show?
I'm sure I can think of a name.
Oh, we know. But guys, I want to say congratulations to Samantha. It feels so weird saying that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm
babe.
That's the most typical language in our house. Babe. Like, it's just for both of us. Babe 1 and 2.
Where a daughter says babe.
Oh yeah, that's even worse. All right, but congratulations to you to winning the Buzzingwood giveaway, the very first Buzzingwood giveaway. You won your personal shirt. We will let you go on the website and you get to pick which one you want. Do you got an idea of what kind of shirt you want so far?
No.
You know if you want a tank top, do you want a hoodie? You're more into long sleeves than anything. Hoodie or long sleeve is your main go-to, so who knows?
Yeah, because I'm a fat ass, but
oh dear God.
I'm gonna work on that.
Okay. All right. But guys, I want to thank everybody for watching. This went over the rails, and I kind of already assumed it was going to be. No, but here's a funny story before we finish. I used to think Samantha was shy and just like a goody-good. As you can tell from this, that wasn't the truth at all.
I was very shy in high school and everything.
You didn't want to talk to me either, so there we go.
But what broke me was working at Walmart and being a hostess at Applebee's.
Okay.
So I had to talk to people.
Okay.
And I don't know where it got from there. No, stop.
Oh, dear Lord. But guys, we want to thank everybody for watching. Like I said, stay tuned. DCCW Unbroken Build-Up Show will be coming on later on too. We will have my boy Jackson on. It's his very first match upcoming this weekend. So shout out to him. Shout out to all the guys that have been watching. Shout out to the 27 people on the X account for the Buzzing with Marlowe's channel. Shout out to the 15 people that were watching on Twitch. That's a new record for us on Twitch. Shout out to the 17 people on the YouTube channel.
Bye.
Guys. Yeah.
Bye.
Okay. You know what? That felt so good. Guys, I want to thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. If y'all see that whole thing, she fully is now out of the building. But guys, if you are new to the channel, I want y'all to make sure y'all like, share, most importantly, subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay in content with all our platforms. As you know, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, all that, we are there. Follow us on all audio platforms as well. This episode will be on audio as well, so stay tuned to that. Guys, I want to thank everybody for watching. Like I said before, this is a doubleheader today. We will be back to do the DCCW Unbroken build-up show coming up soon. But guys, thank y'all. We love y'all. And more importantly, we will see you later down the road. Y'all have a good one. Later. Later, later, later. All right.